last episode, we went floating in the dark, found new friends in the park, and caught some sun on the beach before we finished our stay in the land of Pura Vida. Join us in this episode where we fly from Costa Rica to Panama City and then on to our final destination of Medellin, Colombia.
Something like that. Panama City.
Panama City.
So up to what it's clear enough that maybe we get a view of the Panama Canal.
So we're off to gate number 101. Fortunately, we didn't pick a faster changeover because our plane was a little bit late. Not much, but a little bit. And we were sitting at the gate that the first flight was going to Medellin. And they said that at least 2 people showed up there that couldn't get on because the plane had already departed. Panama's an interesting mix because the Americans were here for so long that there's a lot of Americanization here that you don't find in other South American countries because of the canal, which was kind of cool to fly over earlier today. Let's see where we're going. Number 101. So awesome. Literally as we're getting on the plane, the attendant pulls us aside and she's like, wait a second, they've changed planes and the row that we were supposed to be sitting in that we had assigned seats for doesn't exist on this plane. So now they're trying to get us new seats. The seat that they've now assigned to me, she thinks she's assigned to somebody else. Anyways, I'm in row 5 and Dave's in row 33, so, but at least it's only an hour and a half flight, I think, an hour and 20-minute flight, so it won't be too long for us, and hopefully we'll get to Medellin tonight. We've checked our bags on the plane, so they're on the plane, but hopefully we will be too. This is what it looks like, the view from the back of the plane. So after all of that, thank God we checked our bags.
Yeah.
Gate check them because literally there is no space on this plane. There isn't even space for our bags, so we've had to shove them like at our feet, which is I guess technically where they're supposed to go.
We arrived safely at the Medellin airport, made it through immigration, caught an official taxi, and drove through a 9-kilometer tunnel under a mountain to pop out on the other side to the most incredible nighttime views of the Medellin city lights.
So we've been in Medellin for, what is this, day 2? Day 2, day 3? Day 2 and a half. We're in a little neighborhood. We are in the Laureles area, but it's a little place called sort of New Florida. It's the slightly lower end of the nicer end, I guess. It's a little louder here. You can hear the guy, but it's a city, and we knew that Medellin was going to be kind of loud. It's Saturday today, so not everything's open, but we're gonna go for a walk and explore the neighborhood.
Bueno, sí.
Salsa buena, abre la ventana.
escucha mi salsa ahora, mi salsa para bailar, este ritmo tan sabroso, el ritmo para guarachar. Yo te canto con sentimiento y manana te lo voy a dar. Muévese con sabrosura, abre la ventana para respirar.
Hello again, another day, another adventure in Medellin. We've gone past our neighborhood, so where we don't normally walk, and it's actually really quite nice and quiet along these streets. You'll see behind me, it's a nice little residential neighborhood. It's actually quite nice. It has the usual sort of like effects of being in a humid climate, but on the stucco, but Christmas decorations are starting to go up everywhere, so feeling a little more festive. So we've come to the Estadio train station. There's the metro up there. We're going to pick up a ticket to use when we're traveling around next. But I think, you can't really see it here, but through there is the building. That's the big soccer stadium here in Medellin. Unfortunately, there aren't any more home games, so we are not going to get to see a soccer game in Colombia. Sad. Dave is very sad. Are you sad, Dave? C'est la vie. That's not a very sad face.
I was sad for a moment.
You were sad for a moment.
I was sad for a moment. I really was.
Yeah.
The fact you didn't capture it on your video is not my problem.
Yeah, true. So twice a week, everybody puts their garbage bags out on the street, and sometimes they sit there for more than just overnight. They get pulled apart by dogs, picked apart by people, but it's the strangest thing. People seem to come and pick up the garbage bags and actually sort them, and it's mostly sort of the homeless population, but we've seen for days going on people doing the recycling out of the garbages. So I don't know, if you're in Medellin, that's kind of how it works. That was one heck of a good lunch. We have like no skimping on the avocado toast. And now we're just kind of walking along next to the university. We're gonna go check out a few other places, a couple of other restaurants in the neighborhood. Then we're gonna head to a houseware store, pick up a few little small things that are missing from our Airbnb, because we are staying there for 5 weeks, so we do need a little bit of a few of the things just to make our stay a little bit easier. So in our wanderings, getting lost, we found ourselves in another circular area of Laureles. We're on the other side of, I don't know, we crossed 74th or something like that. Anyways, we're just heading down here. This is definitely a residential area. Like, it's very few cafes and shops, but all apartment buildings. So looking like relatively new apartment buildings. So some of them with some interesting public art, but a lot of them kind of 10-story. So we've happened upon this street. It's like the greatest. Check out the sign. I don't know, maybe somebody should have told them. You can hear our local produce hawker behind us, everybody.
Abacate.
So he's selling, obviously, mandarins, oranges. He's selling aguacate, which is avocado, mango, and bananas today. Some days he has papayas. It changes up, but we are making a bit of an adventure today. We're going to a place called Mercado del Rio, which is over in Poblado, and it is a food market. So not a produce market, but kind of a food market, sort of like at home we would have at Granville Island. So I think I'm going to take the public transit there, the metro there, and we'll see you when we get there.